This is the plaintiff, Victoria Mutzuk. She says her nasty neighbor's junkyard dog lunged at her, grabbed her very expensive brand new jacket with his jaws, and ripped the stuffing out of the sleeve of her coat. She's lucky the dog didn't bite her arm and only grabbed a hold of the fabric, because if it had, she would have been very hurt. The defendant's a mean old man who has nothing to do all day, refuses to pay her the $730 her coat costs, so she's suing. This is the defendant, Mario Turchio. He says the plaintiff's a horrible neighbor who constantly bangs on the walls and taunts his dog, doing karate chops and kicks whenever she walks by him. On the day in question, she actually tried to kick his dog in the face, and he reacted by defending himself. The fact that her coat got a small rip in the sleeve is her fault, because she provoked his dog, and she has no right suing him here today. He's accused of failing to control his dog.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn in.
Thank you, Douglas. Victoria Mutzuk.
Yes.
You are suing your neighbor Mario Turchio for $730, the cost of a jacket that you say his dog ripped. Tell me what happened.
Correct. So basically it all started...
You can put that down.
Sure.
Okay. We're going to be here a while.
Okay. So it started like a while back. We actually had problems with him for a very long time.
What kind of problems?
He would spit at our steps. He would throw dirt all over our steps.
Why?
Honestly, I really don't even know. It just came out of nowhere. Like, it just started for no reason. He would watch us out the window. Every single time we would walk down the stairs, his dog would bark. And I guess maybe that irritated him because the dog was being too loud. I'm not sure. But every single time we would walk outside, my mom would, like, wave to the baby, you know, say bye to my dad.
That's
like,
your
out
mom?
the window. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, so fast forward till recently, we installed a video camera because there was a dispute between us before, and actually cops came to our house, and I made a report because...
You folks live in a two-family home?
No, it's a condo, but there's 3 floors. He lives on the 2nd floor, we live on the 3rd floor.
Okay.
So we installed a video camera, it's a motion sensor, so whenever someone comes in and out of the house, it lets us know on our phone if we're not home or whatever, you know? So... we seen the motion sensor, and she was outside. She came outside, and literally like 9 minutes later, he comes upstairs, up the stairs to like our private area where he shouldn't be going. I don't know what he was going there for. With the cup
when you
of
say
something.
our private area, you're the only thing upstairs, or there's other apartments?
No, only our door and like where we put our shoes and you know. So she walks outside, he comes upstairs with the cup in his hand, and we weren't sure what it was. He stays there for about maybe 30, 35 seconds, because it catches like the seconds, minutes, and hours on the camera. So we were like, what is he doing, you know? So he stays there, and then like 10 seconds later, well, he goes downstairs. About 30 seconds later, he comes back upstairs with something wrapped up in a bounty. And
in a what?
In like a paper towel.
Okay.
So he goes back downstairs, comes back up, and he starts looking like around, and then he comes back downstairs to his house and like closes the door. So she calls me, and I'm at work, and she was nervous to come back upstairs because she didn't know what was going on, you know? So I went upstairs, and I see like something spilled all over the rug, and like on the steps, like wet. And it was yellow because you could tell.
When you say rug, what are you referring to?
Like
the welcome mat? Okay.
Yeah, the mat.
Go ahead.
So there's something spilled all over the mat, and when I look close and I put the flashlight on, it's like yellow. So I assumed it was like urine or tea or something like that because I didn't know what it was. It was definitely not water. Clearly because he was holding something in the cup, you know. So we called the cops.
So you call the police?
Yeah.
And they come. Is that the first time the police are called?
No.
How many times have the police been called?
I would say like 4 or 5 times throughout
by you?
like many, yeah.
And how many times have the police been called by you?
Same one.
Okay. So you call the police, and what happens?
As the police are on their way, we were standing like on the corner of where the parking lot is, and he comes outside with his dog, and he stands across the street from us, and he's laughing towards us. So we're like,
so
why
he's
is he
across
laughing?
the street from his building with the dog, just watching like a spectator.
Yeah. So we decide to leave and walk in front of the house so that we're not next to him, like, you know, like so he doesn't see us or whatever. So we're standing in front of the house, and he decides to walk right in front of us with his dog, and he has his dog like walking right next to us, and he starts laughing, and he's like, okay, like, you know. So I was like, what's so funny? So he's just like, I'm not saying anything. I'm like, but why are you laughing? I'm like, why do you keep, doing these things to us? So he was just like, I'm not doing anything. I'm like, yeah, you are. So as the dispute we kept screaming at each other, whatever. I'm like, I'm not scared of you or your dog. So he's like, oh yeah. And the dog basically, he went like this. He wasn't preventing the dog behind him. He had the dog standing like in front of him, and he was just like, oh yeah. And he went like this with the dog, and the dog bit my jacket.
What do you mean he went like this?
Like he, gestured like that.
Well, he's holding the dog by a leash.
Yeah.
So if you go like that, just the leash.
Well,
moves.
the leash, yeah, but the dog is going like this because we're arguing.
Okay, so the dog is leaning towards you. Anyway.
Yeah.
Is the dog barking or no?
Yeah, of course. Very loud.
Okay. So, and what does the dog do?
The dog bit my jacket.
Okay. Do you have the jacket? Mm-hmm. May I see it? What's going on?
Okay. The reason I went upstate, I saw the light that was blinking. This has happened 6 years ago. Because they were doing work in the apartment.
Oh, construction work in the apartment, and then it ends up causing your electricity to go up. Okay.
So I went up that time, and this don't happen anymore. When I was watching TV 2 weeks ago, happened again. So I went up. I screamed, and anybody's here? And nobody's there. In the moment I have my coffee, on the way down, I dropped my tissues, my napkin. That's why I went up again to pick up my napkin.
So the video will show you leaving with a napkin.
I don't know what's the video.
Did you know there was a video camera there?
No.
Do you have the video?
Yeah, I do.
May I see it? While you're queuing that up, can I ask you what happened once they called the police and the dog was out there? According to them, you're out there and you're laughing.
No, I'm not laughing, Joanna. She thinks I'm laughing.
Okay.
I have a smiley face.
You do.
Thank you. I'm correct, Joanna?
I thought you were laughing this whole time.
Thank you. See?
All right, go ahead. So go on.
The daughter comes closer to the dog, and she's kicking.
To the dog?
To the dog. She missed it. The dog was next to me.
Okay.
So when she kicked it, and she missed it, so I said, what do you do? And then she come and tried to punch. Now, I don't know if the punch was me or the dog.
Well, there's several feet between you and the dog, so how do you not know who the puncher is?
Joanna, when she missed the kick, she knew that she was too far, so she come closer.
And what happened?
And she tried to fist because she's going to the martial arts, so she used it. And every time she...
Who did she hit with the fist?
The dog, I guess.
No, not I guess. Did you see her hit your dog?
Yes, with the feet, yes.
With the feet or with the fist?
First with the feet.
With the feet, you said she missed.
She missed it.
And then did she hit your dog with her fist?
The dog was too close to the dog.
Yes or no, did she hit your dog with the fist?
No.
Okay, so she never hit your dog?
No.
Okay, but according to you,
But the emotion was there.
Okay, so according to you, first she kicks and then she swings.
Right.
And then the dog bit her.
Correct.
Or bit the jacket. Okay, did that happen?
No.
You never were protecting yourself against the aggressive dog biting?
Do you want to know why? Had I kicked the dog would have been my foot. I love dogs.
No, but did you in an effort to keep the dog at bay?
Once the dog did that, then I went like this. Yeah, of course.
No, before the dog did that, did you ever of give a kick in the direction?
I was standing where I was standing, and he was coming towards me with the dog, as I was saying before.
All right. Is this a jacket?
Yeah.
Is this where it's ripped?
Yeah.
Do you have a receipt for the jacket?
Yes, I do.
May I see the receipt?
Do you want the original? I have the copy.
I want the original.
Give me my wallet.
You don't even knock on the door. I hear every footstep you're taking, and I see how carefully and quietly and stealthily you walk up the last few. You don't even knock on the door. So why should I believe you when you say that you weren't up there up to no good, that you were there in order to knock to see if there were people working on the electricity? What were you doing up there?
That's what I was doing.
Then how come I don't hear you knocking on the door? And now you go up with a piece of paper in your hands. And then the paper is in his hands as he goes up and as he goes down. And then he wipes something on the steps. What did he bring up in the paper? You never saw anything else. There wasn't like dog feces or anything like that.
I don't know. No, I only seen the urine that was there.
Okay, well, you think it's urine. You don't know if it was tea. You don't know what it was. But what was in the paper in the second time? You have no idea. There was nothing else left. I'm sorry?
No, there was stuff. What do you mean, like left?
What else was on your mat?
Just the wet.
Okay, so what do you suppose he did the second time? Come on up.
I guess he carried something because before we installed the camera, the reason why we installed the camera, we find in her shoe some, honestly.
Yeah.
We find in her sneaker shoe. Soon as she came home.
Did you find anything on this day?
That day, no. When I came home, I tried to open the door and I couldn't open it. So I thought he was messing with the locks because on our door, there was like chips like from the door. So I don't know.
What did you want to say?
When they go down against the wall,
they bang in order to agitate your dog,
agitate my dog.
And your dog starts barking.
Of course, on my way out, on the way out, on the door, they knock it.
Okay, court is in recess a moment.
All rise. Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, the dog bites her jacket, rips the jacket. Is the dog owner on the hook?
Yeah, I mean, you're responsible for your dog's actions. So.
But the dog was on a leash. Does that matter?
Yes, because every time you take someone, like, you run the risk when you take out a dog that anything could happen.
Okay, anything can happen, but the dog was on a leash. Doesn't that help the dog owner?
No, it doesn't help the dog owner. You're responsible for your dog whether he's on a leash or not. It's supposed to keep people away from the dog and not let them there.
That's a very good point. Going inside the courtroom.
Let me ask you a question. What is your defense? Because we know your dog ripped the jacket. What is your defense in the case? That it's not the dog wasn't doing anything wrong because she punched and kicked him? But then you say, okay, no, but she didn't really punch him, but she was doing what?
She didn't reach the punch because she was not close enough.
Okay, but you have clear animosity with these people. Why do you have a dog on a leash so close to her that anything could end up happening?
They come
Why
close
are you so
to
close?
me. They're blocking my way to go to my apartment and screaming.
What am I supposed to do with this video where you are clearly up to something because there is no knock on the door, okay? I'm supposed to believe that you're an innocent victim of their lunacy and you did everything you could to keep the dog away? I mean, at the end of the day, the dog reaches out and the dog bites and it ruins an $800 jacket. I don't know how you people are gonna live. How's everybody gonna live? I mean, there needs to be some kind of sanity where you live. You know? Maybe you should put a camera outside of your door.
That's what the police say.
No, you should, because you'll minimize the bang, bang, bang. Nobody's gonna bang anymore. That solves the problem right there. But as far as this case is concerned and that damage is concerned, I gotta tell you, you shouldn't be having that dog anywhere near them where the dog could jump out and do anything.
Joanna, I'm sorry. He didn't jump. She come close.
Well, the dog obviously jumped because this is higher than where the dog's mouth naturally is.
Yeah, but remember.
Okay. You know what? No. The answer is no. Pay for the jacket. $730 verdict for the plaintiff.
All right, full side, hold up.
Yeah, well, here he comes now. Yeah, this is TV. Everybody's watching.
I watch every day.
Everybody just watched you lose that case.
I know.
You got to take care of that dog. What do you think of this? You just bought the jacket.
They problem. That's what she did wrong.
What?
Kick him first and then try to punch
really?
him. German Shepherd's got to protect himself.
Who's got to protect?
Me. The German Shepherd's got to protect me.
The German Shepherd has to protect you from her attacking it.
Correct.
She attacked the dog. Really?
I wasn't there. So.
Really? She's going to attack a German Shepherd? Really? Would you do that?
They're crazy. They're ignorant.
All right, okay. What are you going to do with your new jacket?
Throw it away in the garbage.
All right, okay. All right, right around this way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so what are you doing attacking a German Shepherd?
Well, first of all, for a person who's claiming that I take mixed martial arts, he should know that my arm is shorter than my leg. So if I was to kick the dog, there would be no point of me reaching out.
Listen, you guys
kick.
have to live together. Forget the arm and the leg. How are you
They
gonna?
just feel boring. They, they have nothing to do. Just they go outside. They take the dog and attacking people and kids.
To provoke
and,
people.
Yeah,
on
that's
purpose.
what they
Well,
do.
this is where you live. What's it going to be like when you go back
They live
there?
with these neighbors. It's very shame.
We just feel bad for the dog because it has an owner like that.
Yeah.
You feel bad for the dog. Okay, Harvey.
Okay, Kurt, I gotta tell you, if there was clear proof that the defendant was using the dog to scare the plaintiff, the judge would have awarded punitive damages. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.